Hi everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Today is a very cold day and I just came back from church and decided to make this video. So if this is your first time being here, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Chinaza and here I talk about scholarship applications, how to submit a very compelling applications, how to prepare for your applications throughout the year, and also how you can position yourself for global opportunities. We also talk about food science at some point. I also make videos on lifestyle, but this time around it's lifestyle in Jesus Christ. I'm a Christian. In God I live and have my being and moves. So today's video, all I am going to show you is step-by-step guide on how to create your Europass CV. A lot of people have reached out to me asking me what was in my CV, what kind of thing did I put in my CV when I was applying for the Erasmus Mundus scholarship. I'll make a live session on that specifically to answer these questions, okay, by the end of this month. But for this video, it's just to create this Europass CV. And not just that, this is not going to be a very quick video, but this will be a video that is also detailed to show you what kind of thing I put in my CV. I know that sometimes you don't know what to put, how to create such kind of CVs, but I will guide you through it so that you can see the kind of things I put in my CV, how I created the sections, and also how it should fit into the applications that you are about to submit, okay? Also bear in mind that for Erasmus Mundus Joint Master Scholarship, you can apply to more than 2 programs. So, and when you're creating this very Europass CV, you have the option, you have the possibility of creating more than one CV. So after downloading one, you can create another one, you can use that to create another one, just to fit into the program or whatever you are applying for. It's not just for Erasmus Mundus. I know that there are schools in Europe that also use this very Europass CV for admissions. They require you to put your CV in a Europass form because it's a very common template that is used in European institutions. So if you're applying to any scholarship or European university, then this very video is for you, okay? So stick to the end and you will see how I created this CV and how I want you to create yours, okay? I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are a returning subscriber, I didn't forget you. You're welcome, and thank you very much for connecting back again. So the first thing you have to do is to go to Google and type Europass CV, and then you choose the official website. Yes, this one. And then you click on that and click on create your Europass CV. That's what we want. And then after that, you can click on that Europass CV and then wait for it to load for some time. So if this is your first time creating this CV, you can register. If you have created before, then you can log in. Why I tell people to register first before creating the CV, it's for you to have access to the CV anytime, any day, and you can edit your CV. But if you already have a login, if you have already created an account before, then you can just log in. In this case, this is the first time we are doing this for those people who have never created the account before. So what you have to do here now is to include your email and click on create an account, and then it moves on this page. Then you click on create an account and wait for a few seconds for it to load. Now you have created an account and it asks you to visit your email and click on the link. Now you are here to put in your new password and then you just create your password. Now we have created the password and then we can proceed. You wait for like a few seconds for the page to load. Then you read this data privacy policy, check it. And then for the multi-factor authentication, I did it before. It just requires you to have another login after logging in with your email, but I don't want to do this now. So you can say, we will say, don't ask me again, and no. If you want it, you can always click on it. Now we have created an account. We have our account. You can see my name, Chinaza Arinzechukwu. Okay, so now we have created our accounts. Now the next thing to do is to create my profile. But what I want to tell you is that if you want to create your if you want to create your CV from your profile, then you have to fill this form completely. But if you just want to skip all the steps and then just create your CV, go straight to creating your CV, then you can also do it. So what we are going to do here is that we will just fill this form, like fill this very part. English, select date format, any date format you want, then put your name. I will just put anything here just to go fast as much as we can. If you have any other nationality, you can add it here. Okay. Address, home, postal code. You write your country. And then if you just want to do next and skip all this information, it's fine. You can skip it. If you don't want to fill all that, if you don't want to create profile and just keep creating profile, because after creating your profile, you have to go back to creating a CV from your profile. But if you want to just create the CV directly, that's what we're about to do. We just want to create a shabby profile and then go straight to creating your CV. Now, we don't even have a good profile. You can just see that it's my name that is written on the profile. So what do you do next? You go to Europass, my Europass. So this is your account. You can see your profile. If you still want to fill all the information on your profile, you can do so. So now you just go to my Europass and click on create a CV. So now you can see this page. It says start from your profile. If you created a better profile previously, then your CV will, you just click on start from your profile and then your CV will be created from your profile. If you have already an Europass CV that you want to upload, then you click on start from Europass and then you must upload a Europass format CV. If it's not in Europass format, forget it. If it's in another CV you created before, it won't work. And then here we click on create new CV. So here you can see how this looks and we are about to create our CV. Make sure you save each step so that you can always come back to it, okay? Now we've selected English as the language you want to present and then the date format you want. What dates? How do you want to present your date? For me, I would like these dates. I like to show in words. I don't like all that numbers. So here you can put about me, whatever you want. If you want to put it, you put it. I can't remember. I didn't put it in mine, but I think if you want to do so, you can do so. There is no harm in doing so. So you can put anything. You saw what I did previously. Make sure you delete anything that is inside any column because if you don't delete it, it will show in the final CV. So let me just try to write something as my about me. Yeah, I'm just writing anything. And then date of birth, I'll just choose anything just for us to go as fast as we can. I'm not looking at the dates. Male, nationality. Then you look for your country, your nationality. If you have any other nationality, you can add it here. And then you can write your email. Phone number, mobile. country. You have your social media. For me, I didn't put any social media handle, right? I just put my LinkedIn handle. So if you have LinkedIn, you can add it. I don't advise you to put like Facebook or Instagram unless you are doing something strictly professional there, okay? Next thing is website. If you have a website, I would advise you add it. I added my own website. I have a blog where I talk about food safety practices for consumers and for anybody that wants to hear. So I'll just put this here. It's safefoodforall.blogspot.com. I put it in my CV because I refer to it when I was writing my essays or something like that. Now you can add your address type, whatever. Now we have created the first part of the profile and you can see there are different sections. Let's click on this. You click on add new section. Look at where I clicked add new sections and then you select different sections. Depending on what you are applying for, you can choose anything you can choose any of these sections. For example, let's say we're applying for the Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Scholarship or we are applying for any program in Europe. You should try to add your education and training first because that's what I did. I think I can't remember, but that's very nice to do, to start with your education because that's important. They want to see your degree. If work experience is majorly important for your work, your program, then you can also add that work experience first. Depend on you. How do you want the flow to go? So that's it. And now you can just write the title of your. Make sure you type correctly. Make sure you type correctly. The good thing is that you can always come back to edit. Let's say we have BSc Food Science, organization. University of Nigeria. Okay. You may want to add your school website if you want. It's not relevant, but it's not mandatory. But you may want to add. You may just leave it. For me, I would skip. I didn't add in my own. Then city, Nigeria. You may just write the date you started your program. If this is ongoing, you have to add it. Now, if you have any other degree, you can add it here. Remember, let's check what was said here. Look, read the tips. You see that in this very section, education and training, you can add both formal and informal learnings. So the formal learnings are those ones you went to the university or any institution to study. The informal ones, I believe, that are those short courses that you did. When I was applying for my Erasmus Mundus Joint Master's Scholarship, I added all my short courses under this. After my bachelor's degree, I added my secondary school and then added most of my short courses. But then I found something that you can do. So instead of adding you can add that here if you choose. But if you don't want to add it, you can go to Other. You see Other. And then choose write short courses. You understand? Write short courses. And then create that section or call it whatever you want to call it. Then write the title of that short course. For example, I remember I added one of the courses I did. The title is Tackling Global Food Safety Online Training. And I wrote that you can write the day you started it and the day you ended it, okay? So I started it when, let's say I did it within 1 month. I can't remember, my CV is not here. And so look at it. Now you can just describe what kind of course that is in a very short form. So let's just write something here. I'm trying to be very fast. Look, I just copied this from somewhere. It's not the real thing. I just want to show you. You can just give a short sentence what the course it's all about, like what you took away or what the objective of the course was, okay? And then you can save. So if you save, you can see that education and training, short courses, so that it looks like it comes after the other, okay? And that is, if you refer to this in your application, that's very important. I always tell people, when you have a short course, refer to it in your CV, okay? Write it in your CV, don't be ashamed. I put all my short courses under education and training. But then in this case, you can also add short courses as a different section. Now, the next thing we can add is your work experience. Then you go for work experience, add work experience, and then add as much work experience as you've had. Okay, now if you click on this, you can remove. You see that it even helps you to put bullet points and add things. So there is something I want to mention here. When you are writing your main activities and responsibilities, I would like you to add your achievements, like maintenance of computers. How many computers, in what department, in the computers of, in you worked as what, in the department of what, in which, and how many computers did you maintain, like round it up. Then relations with over 5 suppliers of what are those suppliers for? I don't like this thing here. I don't really like the example. So then this person say, coaching a junior ice hockey team 10 hours per week. Coached how many junior ice hockey team did you coach? Like a member of how many team members are they? You understand? So that is something I just want to mention here. You don't just write any relations with supplier and monitoring quality of supplies before production. Supplies used before production, just to be very specific. Supervised over 15 workers during night shift on food production. On what? Like, I'm just making up this. It's not the real job that we're just talking about. So that's just what I'm trying to say here. Be very specific. Put more of your achievements and something that you are proud of, that you were responsible in doing. Now, the next section, you can choose any other section. I think you can choose volunteering here as well. Look at volunteering. You can add your volunteering experiences. Now, what did you volunteer as? Is it student volunteer? What did you volunteer as? So let's say you did, let's say IT volunteer. And then where is the location? You can write any location. When did you start this position? I'm just adding anything, honestly. So let's say you added this, and right here, remember to always delete this, because if you don't, it will appear in your CV. So let's say you did this volunteering. All you want to do here is to write specifically what you did and what you achieved. Volunteering, I know you did a lot, you had a lot of responsibilities, but please highlight the one that will benefit your application. Highlight the one that will show that you are a leader, or that you are good with working with teams, or you are good with training people or working with people from diverse areas of our walks of life. Okay, so I will just give you an example of what you can do here. Also, I want to mention, if you started an initiative or you have your own organization, you can write it here as well, okay? So something like this: assisted to ensure that over 30 computers used in the head office are working well daily. You know? You can just put the daily, just so that it will show what, when, and how you do it. Trained over 20 new employees on SaaS and use of what? And use of Excel or whatever SAP application for effective productivity. Like, you see how smart this sentence is. Train these people for what? On what? So anyway, you can also say assisted on project titled whatever, where I developed. Like, these are the specific things you can write when you are talking about your job. Okay, so where did you volunteer? Now, the thing, location, you can say this thing, here, I think when you write IT volunteer, you can write let's say Oxfam, Nigeria, Lagos, something like this. Okay, you save. And now there are other sections you can add, the language section, the digital communication. If you have conferences, I added conferences and seminars that I attended, then you have to include it, okay? I'm not going to go into detail with this, but please enter your conferences and you can click on the add section and see what it requires, okay? Now let's look for another section. I didn't add driving license. I didn't add hobbies and interests. I added award. I also didn't add, I added organizational skill, and I will mention what I added there because that's very important for this application. I added my publication as well. Yes, I added publications. So these things, you add it based on how you want it to appear in your CV. So let's say, first of all, you want to add communication and interpersonal skills. Okay, let's choose communication and interpersonal skills. Now, what skill are you talking about? You can write it, you can describe whatever you did. Okay? So they said title, active listening, emotional intelligence. What is that? Now you can say anything like so here, when I was applying for Erasmus, I had this experience. Look at what I will give you an example. I will just copy some of the things I wrote here. So I added this. I have good communication skills were initially gained. You see, you can put bullet points. Now, can you see where I gained my leadership, my good communication skills? Were initially gained through my experience as a general secretary of a religious body, Anglican Students Fellowship on campus during my undergraduate studies. The second point, this is what I added. You can improve on this. You can just if I am to apply again, I would still use this kind of experiences to apply. So maybe you are thinking that you don't have any experience. All I'm telling you today is that no, you have. Check what you have done previously. You may have worked as a treasurer or whatever. So you have to add it. Then I went on to say these skills has been honed and nurtured through my experience as a teacher, as an assistant quality control team leader, and as a field officer. You see. So, and these things that I highlighted here, these jobs, teaching, assistant, quality control team leader, and field officer, these were the things I highlighted in my job, in my work experiences. Okay, so this is what I want to show you here, especially if you're just graduating from the university and you think you don't have any experience and you worked as an SUG president or you worked as a fellowship president or an ESCO or even a GENCO. Please be sure to add any of this, okay? They are very valid. No, as now we are done with that, you can choose any other thing you want. So now you can add your picture, okay? We didn't add it at first. You can select a picture and add a picture. And that's the picture. I think that's all. You can add as much sections as you want. What does he want here now? So if you haven't filled some necessary information, it will always refer you back to filling something very important. So now you can click on next and it loads the CV. And now you can see different designs and templates that you may use. For me, I like to use anything that it's very nice and well arranged. And for me, this is good, but I think I prefer... Please don't mind the noise in the background. it's really taking time to load. So you can set up different formats, medium, small, however you want it. Do you want to add page number? For me, I used page number as well. You can choose any color that you want for your CV and reset to see how it looks. So if you also want to leave the Europass logo, for me I left it on my first page because I mean it's more like kind of referencing where you did this thing on, and that's very good to give them the credits they deserve. So you choose any format and then click on next. You can already see that we are almost done. So you can see the format that we downloaded already. So any format you want, you can use it. Before you finish, make sure you write your name. Choose a name for the CV. Chinaza. Let's say we are applying for Dancy. And then you can download first before the finish button activates. So you download, and then you say save in my Europass library. Please don't forget to do so. Once you don't save in your Europass library, if you come back to your Europass account, you may not see that CV. So, or you may see it, it may show you that you were creating a CV before, but try to save in your Europass library. And then we can download to see what this document looks like, okay? And that's it. This is how the CV looks in an Adobe, okay? So you may want to, so when you are done, you can just click on finish. When you're done, you click on finish. And let's say you came back again to edit your CV. You can easily go back to your library. You see where I clicked? Click on edit, and then you resume last CV. And then download it afresh, okay? So I hope this helps you. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this very session and you've been able to create or learn how to create your Europass CV. I mean, this is a YouTube video, so you can always come back here to check out and see whether you are doing the right thing, okay? And if you have any question, please drop it on the comment sections, and please do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like the video, that's very important, and also share with your friend or anybody you know that wants this very format to create their CV, okay? And that's it for now. See you in my next video, and I hope you have a very wonderful rest of your day, rest of the week, and a very wonderful year ahead, okay? Bye.